Right, here we are once again. I haven't said this in a long time. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the vlog. If you're new to the channel, a big warm welcome. My name is Tristan Mortlock and this is Captain's Vlog. I'm delighted to say that I've taken command of a beautiful vessel. She's a 31.7 meter, launched in 2002 by the Osea shipyard on the west coast of France. This is motor yacht Espiritu Santo. She's full aluminium, hull and superstructure with a range of 4,500 nautical miles. I've joined the boat. I'm thrilled to be captain once again. This boat has been everywhere, from here in the Mediterranean to New York. She's done the east coast of the USA, Alaska. She's crossed the Pacific multiple times. She's been to Australia, she's been to New Zealand, she's been to Scotland, you name it, she's been there. So I'm thrilled to have joined this particular vessel. Now, one of the reasons I wanted to join this vessel is she is private, and so therefore we're not chasing charters. Whereas on my previous vessel, AWOL, we were only in the Mediterranean because that's where the charter demand was. And after many, many years, I love the Meds. It would be cool to do something quite different, a bit more adventurous. And this is a very capable, proven vessel. Now, I had done videos on the past of the importance of having a vessel built to classification. And this vessel was built to Lloyd's Register, which is one of the most respected classification societies in the world, I'd say, or at least in the top few. So very happy, you know, she's been built to a very solid standard. She has a proven track record. And so over the coming weeks and months, I'll be doing walkthroughs, showing you guys the whole boat. But I thought to start off this new video series, to give you the full tour here in the wheelhouse. So we're gonna start over on the port side. This is the captain's desk. So this is where I do like the accounts, emails, all those sort of things, planning, checking the weather, all that sort of thing. These drawers here are all our chart drawers. So you can see we've got plenty, I mean, every single chart you can possibly imagine. Big desk. Here we have like things like, you know, the manuals, drawings, plans. Here we have our GPS #1, our VHF #1, MFHF radio. This is our onboard monitoring alarm system. These, for example, these here are our tanks. So we have 7 fuel tanks on board, total of 35,000 litres. Then we have our freshwater tanks, so 3 freshwater tanks totaling 8,000 litres of fresh water. We have our air conditioning control system here, our internal phone system, our SART search and rescue transponder. Then we have an Inmarsat-C there. And then we've got just drawers like all my pens, pencil, you know, the usual stuff, all the keys to lockers and deck lockers and hatches and all those sort of things. Port side bridge door. Down here we have our pumps, so hydraulic pumps, fire pumps, grey water pumps. Coming around, we have our fire alarm system here. Okay. Coming up, we have our chessboard, very important. You may be wondering, surely these chess pieces are going to be flying around when we're cruising. No, because this chessboard is electric. Electric is magnetic. So yeah, that works pretty good. And then coming around, we have our echo sounder. The great thing about this one is we can also beam the sensor, the sounder, sorry, forward. So if we're in an area which is not being very well charted, we can go slowly and see what's ahead of us so we don't hit any reefs or any, you know, uncharted rocks, those sort of things. Brand new radar has been recently installed. Obviously it's off at the moment. This is the controller for the radar. This is our loudspeaker, so I can be, you know, calling up the crew on the foredeck, aft, wherever, goes throughout the boat. GPS receiver #2. Then we have our SIMRAD here, which has the chart plotter, but also our second radar. So both radars are X-band radars. These are the 2 controllers for the 2 windlasses, they're the anchor winches. We don't use these in here. Ideally, you want a crew member on the bow operating it from the bow so you can see exactly what's happening with the anchor. Here we have our bow thruster. Now, the interesting thing about this bow thruster is it's hydraulic and it runs off an engine PTO. So what that effectively means, as long as the engine is running, you can continuously be running the bow thruster without worrying about batteries or electrics, that sort of stuff. So it's really useful. Then we have our autopilot system. These two monitors here are for your port and starboard engine. It will give you the readouts, things like temperatures, oil pressures, all those kind of things. In the middle here, we have our rudder angle. This is our rudder joystick, port and starboard. We also have the big wheel, which I actually haven't used yet. I've been using this. These are our main engine throttles, port and starboard, so forward for a head, backwards for a stern. VHF number 2. Then at the moment we've got this software called Time Zero, so we can do things like our planning on this. We can check weather, we can check routes, distances, all that sort of thing. It's not an ECDIS system, although I would like to install ECDIS on board perhaps after this season, because we will be going to the shipyard after the season. So I'll be looking at the possibility of installing an ECDIS system on board this boat. And while we're here, actually, a question that I know I'm going to get a lot is, what are these things for? Okay, so I'm not going to tell you. If you do know, let me know in the comments box below if you know what these things are. I've got one here on the starboard side and one on the port side. Do let me know, because I'll be interested to know what you guys think. Okay, coming down, we've got binoculars, got another set of binoculars over there as well. We got our flag rack. And actually another question for you guys is, if we were to be bunkering fuel, what flag are we going to fly when bunkering? So taking on dangerous goods. I've done a video about it before, many years ago. Let's see if you guys can remember. Anyway, coming back around, we have our stabilizer control system. It's a Naiad, the brand, which is the same brand I had on board while I was captain on AWOL. The only thing with this system is it's a stabilizer system that only works underway, so it's not at 0 speed. So at anchor, the boat does roll a little bit. However, I have been in touch with Naiads in the Netherlands, and we're going to explore the possibility of upgrading the system to that can operate whilst at anchor. So down below, you can see we've got all our bilge pump switches. And then we've got all our voltages and amperages, all the different batteries that we have. Okay, and then coming up here, I've got my pre-departure and pre-arrival checklists. And this is courtesy of a captain friend of mine, Captain Tristan, also Nybish. So Captain Nybish from Motor Yacht to Unicorn, thank you for sharing these with me. So I didn't have to make it, I just stole his and printed it out because we didn't have any on board. So thank you, Captain Tristan. He's a very good friend of mine. I appreciate you, buddy. And then we have our navigational logbook. And we have our magnifying dome here. So this basically for your paper charts. If you can't see very well, you can see it amplifies everything, so you can see better what you're looking at. Then we have our deviation card, as you can see, for the magnetic compass. And then some specs, a few specs of the vessel. So the twin engines, okay, 475 horsepower each. The length, as I mentioned, 31.7 meters. The draft is 2.4 meters. The beam is 7.4 meters. Gross tonnage is 210. Net tonnage 63. So that's all the information about the vessel. You may notice we have all our dividers and pencils for our paper charts. We have a top of the range red light at night time. You may notice top of the range, guys. You don't get much better than this. It's very funny. So it's just a bit of red tape to make it red, because you want red light at night because it doesn't then impact your night vision. And then you can see all our rulers, and then you can see as well all our rulers for the charts. That's all very cool. Down here we have our light control system. So these are nav lights, so starboard, port, stern lights, steaming lights. We've got our NUC, which are not under command lights. Exterior like floodlights, searchlights, and then down below we got our windscreen wiper control and windscreen washer control. Starboard door. Here you may notice there's no cushions here. We're currently having some new covers made for these cushions. So the crew and I have our morning meetings here every morning when we're not on charter, or when no guests on board. It's a really nice wheelhouse. And then this cupboard here We have all our flashlights and torches. We have a beeper system, and which is linked to our alarm system. So what basically happens if an alarm goes off and the crew member can't hear the alarm going off because they could be down in a cabin, they could be working in the engine room, whatever it is, they get notified on the beeper so they can come up and see what the alarm is, whether it's a bilge alarm, a tank alarm, whatever it is. Further down, we have our onboard radios. So all the crew have a radio each for communication when coming into port, or if a guest needs something, we're always in comms with each other. And just behind these 4 radios, we've got our 3 handheld VHF radios. And then we have all the crew life jackets. And yeah, that is the wheelhouse. So this is a very special vessel, guys. As I mentioned, 4,500 nautical mile range. The captain and co-pilot chairs are ridiculously comfortable, so I can very comfortably spend hours and hours here cruising around the world. Very excited to be on board this vessel. As it is private, we got the opportunity to do some really cool stuff, and I'm looking forward to sharing this journey with you guys. I will be showing you everything that we've got on board over the coming videos, so do be patient with me. Let me know if you have any questions down in the comments box below about the vessel. I'll try and answer all of them either in the comment section or in the next video. I'm not sure yet. So that's it, guys. I know it's a short one, but it's a little introduction. Thrilled to be back at the helm. Got a really nice crew on board. Fantastic. The interview process was really interesting. Spent time with the old captain, spent time with the owners. I think a very interesting itinerary ahead. And guys, thank you all so much for watching, and looking forward to sharing this with you back here on this YouTube channel. And I look forward to seeing you next time. See you and ciao.